Now I want to ask you, if someone is struggling with addiction, should they go to a rehab if their surroundings contribute to their addiction? Well, what do you think?
I think that really depends on the level of addiction and their history of addiction. You can't really make a blanket rule like that. Rehabs also can be, like a 7-day detox, or it can be 6 months or longer. Or longer. For
Uh-huh.
long-term opiate addiction, I'll tell you one thing, it takes the process of recovery is years. So don't ever play with opiates. Just don't do it the first time, and you'll never go down that path because the vast majority of people who have gotten addicted to opiates in the last 20 years have done so as a result of prescription medication. Powerful opiates that, like if you get a back pain or you have a surgery or something, they prescribe people OxyContin, and they're very popular. Kids in high school take them. Oh, here, it's just a pill, you take it. But the effect that it gives you is very easy to become addicted to. And then from there, they start using heroin once they can no longer get the pills. And in the United States, this
Uh-huh.
has skyrocketed. Addiction is up like 400 or 500% in the last 15 years. So that's a massive, massive increase. And lots of opioid deaths from fentanyl because it's so powerful. So little will kill you. So yeah, it's been devastating.
Mhm. How many people in the US suffer from opiate addiction?
Uh, that's a difficult number to come by, an exact number. But I can tell you that it's, probably in the realm of, 1 million people, probably like 1 million addicts, something like that. Or, like
Wow.
one figure that I have here says 214,000 in 2002, and by 2016 there was 650,000. Okay, so you can see there that that's like a threefold increase. It's actually much higher. It's actually much higher than that because a lot of people with opiate addictions, they're people that work in banks and things like that. So they're not really on the radar. These are people who have sought treatment or they're in recovery or something like that. And so they get measured and counted. But there is a very large amount of people out there that the addiction is just a secret thing that they have in their life that they don't tell anybody. And they just manage it on their own. So.
And now we will come up to the last question. What are
Mhm.
the treatments for addiction?
Well, the treatment is stopping. For heroin or opiate addiction, there are a number of different options, really depending on the severity of the addiction. There are different patches that they can give you, which contain a drug like Suboxone or what's the other one called? Buprenorphine. These are more recent treatments. And But there's no really easy treatment for it. The most common treatment that was used for the last 50 or 60 years was something called methadone. And methadone is a synthetic opiate, and it's incredibly strong. So I don't know if you know what the half-life of medication is, but it's basically how long it stays in the body, or how long until half of it is gone. It stays in the body for a long, long time. That's the way that I got off of it, and I can tell you that after I stopped, I did not sleep for the whole year, that first year, more than 2 or 3 hours a night. And I was on a very low dose. Okay, there are people on methadone that drink like 120 milligrams a day. I was like on 18 milligrams, 15 milligrams, very low doses. But because I was on for a number of years, when I finally stopped, it just, I really saw in that year how dramatically it altered my brain chemistry. And I think it altered my brain chemistry permanently because after that, I would suffer from depression that I never experienced before when I was younger. So I think I changed my brain chemistry, in some ways, maybe permanently. But you do cardio exercise and things like that, things to stimulate the production of endorphins. And not everybody's the same. Some people will do better than others.
Okay, thank you for being here with us today and sharing with us your experience.
Oh, well, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me.